start by saying how gorgeous Natalie and her bridesmaids look today. I'm sure you'll all agree. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Luke and I'm Ed's best man. Now, before I started writing this speech, I had some advice that the best man speech shouldn't last any longer than it takes a groom to make love. Thanks for listening. Have a nice time. Now, before I start properly, I think it's important that we all respect the fact that Ed is now a married man. So I'd like to politely ask that any of his previous conquests here today, who still have a key to his back door, can you give it back now? You don't need it. Before I carry on, is there anyone else? How many is that? Now, Ed told me there was more than that. There should be a couple more out there somewhere.
I think Anne's mum's got
Right. Now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of embarrassing the very man who showed such great faith, yet such complete foolishness in choosing me to be his best man. For those of you who weren't fortunate enough to know Ed whilst growing up, it's taken a few evolutions for him to become the man you see before you today. Now this is demonstrated by some of his nicknames over the years. Picture, if you will, the kind of boy who was given the following nicknames. Now at school, we christened him Chunker. And moving on to sixth form, others that followed included Beefcake, Onslow, and Elton John. But of late, he's known to respond to Sausage Fingers. But perhaps now we should all stick to Mr. Jones. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Sausage Fingers? So since Ed was young, he's always liked dressing up. And I know this is a hobby he still enjoys to this day, which leads me nicely onto the stag do in Poland. Now, as many of you will be aware, as is customary on a stag do, we wanted to provide Ed with a selection of fancy dress outfits, amongst which were a parrot costume and a traditional, authentic Polish outfit. But there was only one that Ed took a shine into. Oh no! As some of you will know, a few years ago, Ed touched upon it, he said he went travelling around the world. And me and a few of the lads met up with him a couple of months into his travels. On the first night I met him, it was clear immediately that his trip had had a massive effect on him. As on the first night, he notified me that he had big plans for a career when he returned to England. Now, he didn't say which career it was he decided to pursue. All he said was, you could be looking at the next Bruce Willis. I'm not quite there yet, pal. Now, if I may, I'd like to take a second to dwell on Ed's romantic side. Now, on Natalie and Ed's first holiday together to Las Vegas, Ed wanted to impress Natalie by taking her to the Paris buffet, as he knew that it would be very posh and very romantic, which it was, very much so, until a certain Ed had eaten so much that he threw up. Now, for most, that would be a clue. You've been beat, you've had all you can eat. Not my man, Ed. He came back to the table, 5-minute rest, continued to eat. Good man. Now, on a serious note for a moment, Ed, we've had some excellent times together over the years, and I know we'll continue to do so over the future. You've been a fantastic friend to me, and it really is a great honour to be your best man today. I'm sure everybody here will agree that you and Natalie are a perfect match, and you're both very lucky to have found such a great person to spend the rest of your lives with. I wish you and Natalie every happiness for the future. fair. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you all to be upstanding and raise your glass in a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Thank God. But there's one last announcement I need to make. There's some people that couldn't make it today, but they've asked me to read the card out for them. Oh, it's Fred and Nat, by the way. To Mummy and Daddy. Sorry we couldn't be there. We love you both. Orlando and Murray. Which is Ed's cat, and Ed and Natalie's cat and hamster. There we go, that's me done.
Very, very good.